summer crashes to an end. 'Twas ever thus. We're sort of used to it. We had a couple of bonus weeks. What can we expect to come? More of the same? More of the flash floods?
No, I don't think so. I think it's kind of back to sort of normal autumn fare, to be honest. So a fair bit of wind and rain, but I don't think there'll be anything too disruptive, too impactful, let's say, in the next 2 or 3 days. That said, we're going to get a fair buffeting from a combination of wind and rain. The storms, the floods, which you referred to a moment ago, they were caused by a concoction of warm air at the surface. Many of us actually had a very hot start to the weekend, didn't we? Particularly across some southeastern areas. So we had hot air in place near the ground. Then we had cold air coming in on top of that. Whenever you get warm air underneath cold air and you throw in a bit of moisture, everything goes up and bang very quickly. Hence the thunderstorms across the West Country. As you say, some places saw a month's worth of rain in just a few minutes. Now, no drain network is going to cope with that, which is why we've seen the scenes such as these from Exeter Airport. But that concoction of warm air and cold air has now been swept away by the jet stream. And now we look to the west. And to the west, we've got a couple of hurricanes, actually, ex-hurricanes. I don't want to alarm you, but those two ex-hurricanes are going to have different effects on us. The first one, Hurricane Lee, that battered parts of the northeastern states and eastern Canada through the weekend. That's now blasting across the Atlantic. It's weakening, but it will bring some very blustery weather through this week. There will be some rain. But as I said at the start, I don't think that rain will be so severe that it's going to cause sort of flash flooding that we saw during the last 24 hours. So Lee will have some impacts on us in the form of some wind and rain, but it's fairly normal autumn weather. There will be some weather warnings from a combination of wind and rain, but I'm not expecting major impacts. There's another hurricane out in the central Atlantic. That's called, believe it or not, Nigel. And Nigel could have the opposite effect on us. It's one we'll keep an eye on. But towards the end of this week and into next weekend, Nigel might actually impact on the jet stream, cause it to pivot. And it may well be that next week we settle down into some fine and warm weather again. So it just shows that different hurricanes can have different impacts on our weather.